Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mac. This is Let's Play Spyro 3 Reignited. In the last episode we completed all of the worlds of the Midday Gardens. Hello Sparks. In this episode we move on to the next world. Evening Lake, after all. It's not one small step for Dragon. Ever get the feeling that a trophy arrived too early? And that a text box showed up a bit too early as well, tipping off that they're using this loading time for their cutscene, obviously.
You bumbling, idiotic, worthless fool! I asked you to carry out one simple task and you fail me! I should have known better than to rely on a child. But don't worry about it. I'll deal with them now.
These eggs can't be worth all this trouble.
Without the dragons, the magic in this world will wither away. Without magic, I'll die. And so will your ever-slim chance of becoming a sorceress. Now, watch how a real sorceress dispatches her enemies.
Release me from this cage, you merciless miscreants!
How would you like some dragon for lunch?
Why, if I had my club, you'd all be in for...
Hello Spike. I'm trying to remember if those were the actual sorts of enemies that she was dealing with, because
Technical instincts told me the sorceress would attack you here, so I flew in to help out. It seems my rocket launchers don't affect this creature, but I can assist you by dropping ammunition. Now get in there and fight the good fight.
he's a lot thicker than he was in the original, I'll say that much. But also, this is the fight my childhood remembers, the brutal fight that's very difficult to do. Yeah, he steals the... well, he smashes the ammo, but he'll also steal it. And should he be so inclined, he'll also smash you. No, he'll also shoot it. Okay, points to him for being a step above the usual mini-boss that doesn't know better than to prevent you from doing anything. Oh! Oh my. Yep, this is very familiar. Oh, thank you for the chicken. He's kind of a... I almost want to say, listen, stop giving him ammunition he can use. Just throw down the stuff that he has to smash. Thank you for the other chicken. Oh dear. I am in a bit of a tight spot. I'm in a very tight spot. Oh boy. Thank you, Sparks. I've never appreciated the Sparks so much. Oh boy, that fight. Monique, you are not worth it. Sorry, you blocked the shot. Oh, that was a bit of a no in the pathing department. Yeah, no, this is definitely... That is the boss fight that would definitely brutalize my childhood, I'm afraid. He doesn't give you an awful lot of openings to fight him with, and Sergeant Bird giving out stronger ammunition to fight him with just makes the job harder.
Listen to me, Dragon. Spyro, this is serious now. The sorceress is planning a trap for you, and if she catches you, believe me, you don't want to know what she's going to do. Look, I promise to take good care of the rest of the eggs. I mean it. Just take Hunter and go back home before... I can't say it. Just go.
Yeah, see... The voice direction works for this part, it's just it doesn't feel like as much of a twist as it was in the original, where you do actually see the many regrets that Bianca had. That one part at the beginning kind of ruined it for me, and I can't exactly understand why. But the important thing to keep in mind is that because all the portals are underwater, any that rely on you having reached a certain number of eggs, they wouldn't have anyone outside them anyway. So we've done such a good job of collecting everything that everything is started out being fully collected already. Well, that was a 7-minute boss, so well, we've got this.
Ha! The sorceress has a real prize on her hands here. It took 24 Rhinox to capture this dim-witted furball, so you'd better believe he's not going to get out cheap.
No deal, dirtbag.
Well then, I was having a rather good time poking him with a stick anyway.
Oh, well in that case, we're definitely going to let him out.
Money, Spyro. It's not just lying around on the ground, is it? Is it? Ah, what do I care? It's mine now.
You know, if you ever bothered looking, you'd find plenty of gems on your own.
The first rejuvenating breath of freedom. With the humility of a wounded sparrow, I genuflect to my noble deliverer.
It was no big deal, dude.
Yes. After all, it was I who let you out.
Why, you brazenly avaricious, duplicitous, larcenous ursine!
Now hold on.
One more, perhaps?
At least.
Please do afford me the sublime honor of enjoying your visitation in the nearest future.
Moneybags
sure.
never learns. But then it's also very cathartic. I'll say this much. I definitely miss that where they'd have the mosaic splash screens when loading for the cutscenes because they would have titles on them. And I remember that the title for this one was Bentley's insult for Moneybags right about now.
I will gladly help you on your quest, Spyro, but first I must attend to my young sibling. I'm afraid he may have gotten himself into trouble during my absence.
Is it just me, or does that club look a bit too thick to spin around? Like, yeah, it doesn't look like he'd be able to keep a very good grip on it, but I guess that's just me.
Hey, bro, it'd be really cool if you smashed that boulder. A swift smack should do the trick.
I'm not too sure what to think about the camera, though. seems to enjoy being over shoulder. Oh, there goes the rabbit.
I heard those big bullies calling you a wuss. You're not going to let them get away with that, are you?
I'm not sure what to think about the voice direction for his little brother. But then, who's going to argue with someone whose brother has that bigger club? And yeah, the big chests are no match for him.
If you use your spin move to deflect the snowball into the gong, I bet we can make the roof cave in.
Nope, not quite. That snowball doesn't look quite big enough to have that sort of effect, you know, but who cares about physics in a video game, really? I'm baffled as well, little dragon. I'm baffled as well.
It took me forever to train those seals to throw snowballs. Now they've gone and turned on me.
Why does he have an iPhone? I do remember quite enjoying the music of the place because it makes it sound like they're saying, I was a wuss. Well, considering how many times I'm getting pegged in the face with snowballs, I can't exactly say that they aren't accurate. Return to sender. And yeah, sudden surprise that at the top of this is a Reignited instead. And he's actually supposed to smash through all the ones beneath him, so it's a surprise if you don't smash these as fast as normal like this, but yeah, I know the game a bit too well to fall for that one. Sparks, why'd you let the expensive one drop? Okay, time to see how slowly a Yeti can run back to where the plot was.
Another gong! Great! I bet we can cause an avalanche with this one.
Don't pick your nose. Oh my, that's quite violent in comparison. Cathartic destruction.
A stinking Reignited has blocked the way with this box. It shouldn't be any problem for you to push it out of the way, though.
Oh, absolutely not. In fact, I'm so confident I'm just gonna push it off the edge of the cliff. Physics does not work like that! Just saying. Now we have Charlie. Sure, why not moonwalk? And thank you for the blue dragonfly, which does full heal me. Which I remember I was wondering at one point, so anything to have. Bad seal. Get back to the Navy. Anthropomorphic rabbits and Bianca in the same world, I suppose, would be stranger than having animalistic seals and then the animal ones back in World 1. I suppose. But that doesn't change that it is a little weird. So we can't push any further. I'm gonna smash everything again. Hollywood. Yeah, you get all sorts of interesting vocals in this song. It gives out such a satisfying thud, doesn't it? $600 gems actually isn't bad.
Thanks, bro. Here's a little something for your rock collection.
And he doesn't have anything else to say to me. How unfortunate. I mean, do you expect a Yeti carrying a club this size to move quickly? I suppose we should be glad that it isn't realistically making him even slower.
It's good to know that Bartholomew is out of harm's way.
Let's
I will
leave.
sojourn betwixt the worlds, and should I find any eggs, I'll do my utmost to recover them for you.
He has such an interesting dialogue. He has such an interesting vocabulary. But now here's the thing. We still technically have quite a bit of time left in the episode. Which means that we can take our imaginary Yeti back to Midday Gardens and complete that mini-game that was at the end of the Panda world. The question is just how much time it's going to take in all these loading screens. You know what? I'm calling it for an episode just about here with some... I'm going to do my best to collect all the gems in the level. Or at least I'm going to grab whatever's lying around, but... The important thing is that, yeah, this episode is being called here because, well... No, it's not. We still have Stubby to collect. I have a good amount of footage, don't I? Well, not quite good enough, because there's one thing that we can do that won't take any time at all. Famous last words. Might as well do it while I still remember what the Farmer Speedway is like, right? Huh. You know, I was about to make a joke about how many racing bees are there in the world, but being one of the only speedways that operates at night is kind of an interesting little tidbit. We're going to time attack. I mean, yeah, we could, but I want to actually find Hunter first instead. Yep, I remember him.
Look out, Spyro. There's a really big sheep UFO around here, and it's trying to get me. I snatched up a dragon egg it was trying to abduct, and now it wants revenge. You wait here, I'll lure the UFO down the river of honey.
Go ahead, I'll cover you.
Okay, here I go.
Spyro isn't going to cover him. This is just like the other, where I'm just controlling Hunter. And each obstacle you hit slows you down a little bit, and if it gets close enough to snatch you up, then game over. Of course, the thing is, with how the course is structured, just spamming the jump button is perfectly viable. I say that and I almost hit that log. But the idea is that the longer you go for, the closer it gets to the river of honey below. Uh-oh. It is getting close.
Aha! Did you see that? Nobody outraces a cheetah. And look, I didn't even drop the egg.
You didn't leave the egg here with me. Also, why would they want to abduct a dragon egg? Okay, let's go for this again. Alright, just flying through these honeycombs is enough. Wait. They look like Captain Quark. I mean, yeah, getting close, it's blatantly not that, but the gaze and the eyes make it kind of look like they're wearing a yellow mask, like Captain Quark. Well, not mouth, it's the teeth that do it. It's actually kind of hard to tell which honey hives you've already gone through. Oh man, I had him! Flying against the current is definitely harder, but it's also faster. I mean, I've already missed one, so it has to be lap 2. Nah, thanks. And now, it's the hard part. The Bumblebee race. All green rings, red dots help navigate. I mean, how long did it take for Sparks to mention, hey, there's power-ups on the course you could make use of? Getting to 5th place isn't that hard, really. And yeah, multicolored bees, so you know who's which. Whether that person in front of you is someone that you should be worried about or not. Of course, when all of them you should be worried about, it kind of... Oh boy! No, 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 no! Okay, we missed 1 star. It's not a loss yet because we're still on the course. And don't sweep out to get that blue star, that would be a trap. That was also a trap. second place, we can probably catch up with them this lap at least. And he's actually taking that shortcut, so we definitely need to take that one as well. But they keep a speed boost going for much longer than Spyro does. Guided missile, my goombas. I mean, I don't want to swear. Even if I do have this set as not for children, I still don't like swearing. Not the least. Real star power, you say. We can peg him with a few rockets to ensure that he stays slowed down long enough to do this. You know, it's just a matter of staying ahead of him, which is a lot easier said than done, given that these... You know, it strikes me that there's a tiny bit of a motion blur effect on those stars that doesn't look particularly good. Or at least not at this depth level. We can't shoot anyone, we're not in first. We don't have anyone in front of us, apparently. It's hard to tell how far behind those guys are, even if we only have to worry about the person in second place at this point. Not nearly as bad as the pig biplanes. Dumblebees, I see you're saying that when none of them are in earshot. I miss the dragons that would facepalm. I don't think they have any of those, and just have the dragon look a bit little ashamed of himself. But yeah, that is definitely that wrapped up. Next time we're going to have to backtrack and do a Sparks level to make up for him slacking about for these last two speedways, and also tackle the Panda level. But that's next time. Let's play Spyro 3 Reignited. Until then guys, take care. I'll see you all around.